What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. Today we've got another live fantasy football mock draft for you back on ESPN with a 10-team PPR mock where we will be selecting from the third overall position. And as always, if you guys enjoy, hit that like button, subscribe, let us hear it in the comment section. Do you agree, disagree with these picks, along with any other questions you guys might have? We will do our best to answer them all. And lastly, check us out online at alldaypigskin.com. And while you're there, get yourself a copy of the 2021 ADP Fantasy Football Draft Guide. Everything you could want at a great value. Details in the description. But with that being said, let's get into this draft because the first two picks have been made. They are Christian McCaffrey and Dalvin Cook. No shock there. This is full point PPR. And we're going to running back here. Spoiler, can you guess who it is? It's not Saquon Barkley, who is overrated, in my opinion, right now, or overvalued, I should say. Even the fact that he's coming off the PUP list, no thank you. I'm going Alvin Kamara. You better believe, no chance in hell I'm going Travis Kelce, third or even fourth overall, like these ESPN rankings have him. That is absolutely bonkers. Do not advise you guys doing that. So instead, we go with a pretty safe pick in Alvin Kamara. I think that's, him, Austin Eckler, those are my guys this season in PPR. I really don't think you can go wrong with either one of them, whether it's, after the point of Christian McCaffrey, whether it's second, third, whatever overall. Obviously, Dalvin Cook is also in consideration for that, but assuming that McCaffrey or Dalvin Cook are not there, Alvin Kamara is my next guy, followed by Austin Eckler. The only reason I say that is because I think Austin Eckler, in most leagues, he'd be available at some point early in the second round, so you can take a gamble of him falling to you, even though he goes fifth overall here. Love to see that. That is by far the earliest I've seen Austin Eckler go. Well, the earliest I've seen him go when I'm not drafting him earlier. I guess we'll put it that way. Saquon Barkley goes sixth overall, followed by Ezekiel Elliott. Again, I'd have Ezekiel Elliott above Saquon Barkley. I'd have Aaron Jones above Saquon Barkley, even though Jones is kind of now dealing with a hamstring issue. So, TBD in terms of his health status. We'll see. Those can be lingering issues. But look, after our pick of Alvin Kamara, Derrick Henry, nothing too crazy there. Austin Eckler, I love that pick, fifth overall. Like I said, I would have taken him third overall. I was just curious to see, where he drops. To me, it's more so a thought experiment every time now with Austin Eckler. I know I'm going to be taking him in my actual drafts. At this point in time, I want to see how his value plays out in these mocks. Here he goes fifth overall. Pretty interesting, but I think also deservedly that high. Followed by Saquon Barkley, Ezekiel Elliott. Again, I'd have Zeke seventh overall. I'd have him a spot above Saquon Barkley, who went sixth. Kelsey goes eighth overall, followed by Devontae Adams, Tyreek Hill. And I continue to say this, I'd have Devontae Adams and Tyreek above Travis Kelce. Then you see Nick Chubb, the first pick in the second round, followed by Najee Harris, Aaron Jones, and Jonathan Taylor. So a huge run on running backs here in the second round to kick it off. I'd have Aaron Jones above Najee Harris. Jonathan Taylor with the news that both Carson Wentz and Quentin Nelson might be back for the start of the season. If that's actually true and it's not just smoke from the Indianapolis Colts, then that's a huge value for Jonathan Taylor at that point in time. And if it proves to be true, then I anticipate that we could see Jonathan Taylor, move back into the first round. Right now, the way this is playing out, after Jonathan Taylor, you see Antonio Gibson, then Calvin Ridley. Stephon Diggs is still on the board, folks. That's incredible value in my opinion. I'd take him here at this point in the second round, and then not too worried about the third round getting another good running back. I know I will have Chris Carson available to me. There goes Joe Mixon. You kidding me? Joe Mixon ahead of Stephon Diggs at this point in time. I think Diggs is a huge value at this point in time. Not all that worried. His status questionable, but no real worry in my opinion. No major news in terms of adverse health, something like that. So Stephon Diggs, to me, at this point in time, he is a guy that I have ranked second overall in terms of my wide receivers this season in PPR. I'm getting him here with the third to last pick in the second round. I will take that all day, every day. So very, very happy about that. Now, looking at how this thing is shaping up, I anticipate these next couple of picks, you'll see a Clyde Edwards-Helaire, you'll see a DeAndre Hopkins, maybe a Justin Jefferson, maybe a Keenan Allen, something like that. So if that's the way it plays out, I'm looking at Chris Carson. Let's quickly sort through our running backs at this point in time. You see the way that they shape up currently. Swift, Montgomery, Sanders, Dobbins, Carson. I couldn't disagree more with these current rankings. I have Chris Carson above all of them. So that's just my opinion on it. Again, though, I think he's underrated every single year. If DeAndre Swift is actually healthy, but his groin injury, the one that's caused him to miss some time, a little bit worrisome. I'd have him ranked relatively high as well. So right now, yeah, Chris Carson is one of the guys that I'm looking at. After Clyde Edwards-Helaire, you see DeAndre Hopkins and Darren Waller, and now A.J. Brown go. So we're in a position here where we could go DK Metcalf, we could go Keenan Allen, or we could go Chris Carson. I might risk it here and go Keenan Allen in PPR. I actually have him ranked higher than DK Metcalf. I've got Keenan Allen 9th overall, DK Metcalf 10th overall, even though Justin Jefferson, you could argue is a better upside play than both of those guys. But I'm going to go, probably here I'm going to go with Chris Carson, guys. Or will I? No, it's going to be a fake out. We're going Keenan Allen here. We're going Keenan Allen. I'm staying true to my fanhood of the stud PPR wide receiver. We did a little bit of a fake out. Thought it was going to be Chris Carson, maybe Justin Jefferson. We're going Keenan Allen. And we're going to risk it at the running back position, see what happens. We've got our stud in Alvin Kamara who can kind of carry us. So I want to get that dominance at the wide receiver position in terms of PPR studs. We are doing just that with Diggs and Keenan Allen. Very, very happy about that. Now, let's see where the next group of guys go here. I'll have my eyes on Chris Carson, but I anticipate he's going to go somewhere in the third round. No chance in hell he falls to us at the end of the fourth round. That would be a miracle, but it's all right. I really like Keenan Allen. I've said it before. He's one of my favorite third-round picks. Him and Chris Carson. Justin Jefferson also would have been a very, very good value, but I'm trying to, again, at the wide receiver position, kind of get that very, very high floor. And I think Keenan Allen does have a bit of a higher floor than Justin Jefferson. So here now, potentially other running backs that we could target in the fourth round. Daryl Henderson is a name that I would be okay taking a chance on at that point in the fourth round. He's somebody that I like a lot, all things considered, the talent or, the running backs in his range. Myles Gaskin potentially, but I think Henderson has a little bit of a higher upside. The Rams still haven't added another running back, so I take that as a sign of confidence in Daryl Henderson and his abilities to be the main guy there for the Rams, to be that Cam Akers replacement. Again, I don't think he will be that, one-for-one Cam Akers replacement 100%, but I think he still has mid to high-end RB2 type of value, which I'm okay getting in the fourth round. Now we're seeing a little bit of a run on wide receivers here. We've gotten to the point where the value is very good. Whoa, there goes Daryl Henderson. We're not going to get Daryl Henderson on our team. So after our Keenan Allen pick, you saw DK Metcalf, DeAndre Swift, Montgomery, Sanders. Again, I would have Chris Carson above all of them. Amari Cooper, McLaurin, CeeDee Lamb, Henderson, Woods. How in the hell Justin Jefferson is still on the board? I have zero clue. I don't know how you can take Cooper, McLaurin, or Lamb above Justin Jefferson. Yes, I know people are losing their minds about CeeDee Lamb this season, but come on, guys. Justin Jefferson at this point in time, I would have taken him in the third round instead of Keenan Allen potentially. The way this thing is shaping up right now, this has the makings of us getting a steal here in the fourth round. Potentially. We'll see where Justin Jefferson and Chris Carson go. Allen Robinson also still on the board. Jesus, what is going on here, folks? Allen Robinson, another, just I think very stable PPR type of wide receiver, similar to a Keenan Allen. So we're going to get at least one of these guys. We're going to get either Justin Jefferson, Chris Carson, or Allen Robinson. Won't be Chris Carson. That was the guy that I was hoping for. The fact he made it to the 6th pick in the 4th round, absolutely unfathomable, because we saw some picks here getting a little bit cute. There's no other way to break it down. George Kittle and Patrick Mahomes. But hey, they play into our advantage, because here, if we can get Justin Jefferson in the 4th round, that's absolute, that's insanity. That's highway robbery. That's going to be the biggest steal in the... I have no idea what's going on. Adam Thielen just went before Justin Jefferson. Unless in the time that we started this mock draft and, this 4th round, unless Justin Jefferson has suffered an ACL injury, we're going Justin Jefferson here. Justin Jefferson in the 4th round is absolutely insane. I have no idea what's going on. And look, I'm not going to question it, but this is not going to happen in your drafts, guys. Justin Jefferson is either going to be an end of the 2nd round or early 3rd round pick. The fact that we got Justin Jefferson at this point in time is insane. We got Diggs, Keenan Allen, and Justin Jefferson. Are you kidding me? Are you absolutely kidding me? That's insane. I will go out on a limb and say this is going to be the best trio of wide receivers you're going to see pretty much anywhere. I realize it's a 10-team league, but Justin Jefferson doesn't drop to the end of the 4th round in any type of format. And hey, maybe if there was a mysterious injury that was suffered by Jefferson in these last literally 20 minutes, then okay, I apologize, but I don't think that's the case. So yeah, I feel really good about this team. We've got Alvin Kamara. Okay, we don't have that 2nd running back quite yet, but we've still got potentially J.K. Dobbins, Josh Jacobs, DJ Moore, Myles Gaskin. So I feel good about that. In fact, I honestly might right now go TJ Hawkinson. I might go Hawkinson here. I'm looking at the tight ends, and you see Mark Andrews, Hawkinson there. I don't think, even though Hawkinson is ranked 73rd overall, that he's going to go 73rd overall. I think he's going to go earlier. And for that reason, I'm really, really considering him here. I'm honestly even considering J.K. Dobbins in the 5th round. Cooper Kupp just went. I was going to say, should I go Cooper Kupp? Even though I have this trio of wide receivers already. So right now, look, I'm not a believer in J.K. Dobbins. I've been on record saying that. He's got to contend with Lamar Jackson. He has to contend with Gus Edwards. But in the 5th round, that's pretty good value, guys. It's very good value. Do I have him ranked above Myles Gaskin? It's going to depend. Do we buy into the fact that J.K. Dobbins is actually doing a good job as a pass catcher? I think right now, honestly, I'm just getting good value on Dobbins, so I'm just going to take him here. This might be the first mock draft where I've intentionally taken J.K. Dobbins, but, again, in the 5th round, crazy things have happened so far in this mock draft. I don't understand it one bit. Allen Robinson going at the end of the 4th round, Julio Jones, that's typical. Deontay Johnson, Cooper Kupp, the first 2 picks in the 5th round. Again, that's pretty typical. Then we got J.K. Dobbins with the 3rd pick in the 5th round. That's really good value. There's no other way to put it. Josh Allen with the 4th pick in the 5th round. We're not going to get T.J. Hawkinson. Just have to accept that. So right now we're doing the best we can, and I think that's pretty freaking good, because I can't get over the starting roster. This is the best roster I've put together in all these mock drafts that we've done. Again, I realize it's a 10-team league, and that, again, I will say this: Justin Jefferson will never, how you say you can never say 100% anything. I can say with 100% guarantee Justin Jefferson in your actual drafts will not fall to the 4th round. You can quote me on that one, especially at the end of the 4th round. Kyler Murray here goes with the 7th pick in the 5th round. Very good value. I was potentially considering Kyler Murray, but I wanted to get another running back, and again, Dobbins, he's got good upside if he actually proves to be the pass-catching running back for the Baltimore Ravens. And in the 5th round, 3rd pick in the 5th round, very good value in my opinion. So it's at one point, you get to that place where it's okay, risk versus reward. And I think the reward for J.K. Dobbins was at a higher place than the risk that I have, the concerns that I have about him. So it is what it is. And Kyler Murray is the guy here that I was really hoping might fall to us in the 6th round, especially with how ESPN doesn't value the quarterback position. We might have to go with Lamar Jackson. Not saying that that's bad or anything, but we already got J.K. Dobbins. I guess we can get the duo of all the rushing yards for Baltimore with Dobbins and Lamar Jackson. Again, if he falls to us, we'll see. We'll see what happens there. And also, let's not forget T.J. Hockenson is still an option. Kyle Pitts as well. So hopefully those guys don't all get drafted in between now and our next pick. Running through these last couple of selections in the 5th round. So again, just going through the names in the 5th round. Deontay Johnson first, then Cooper Kupp, then us with Dobbins, then Josh Allen. Then you see Josh Jacobs, Jamar Chase. I don't know how you take Jamar Chase ahead of Tyler Lockett or, even Chris Godwin. Kyler Murray, I like that pick. Tyler Lockett in the 8th pick in the 5th round, love it. Gaskin, 9th pick in the 5th round, I like it as well. Chris Godwin, 10th pick in the 5th round, I really like that. Brendan Ayuk, Odell Beckham. Ayuk kicks off the 6th round, followed by Odell, DJ Moore, T. Higgins. So a run on pass catchers here. And right now, the latest pick, T. Higgins, again, a pick that I really like. So I'm holding out hope that either Hockenson or Pitts falls to us, and then we can also get Lamar Jackson. I think that is a great combination. There goes Mark Andrews. There goes Kenny Golladay. So here I'm going T.J. Hockenson. I could also go, again, Lamar Jackson. But I'm going to go T.J. Hockenson. I think that there's a faster drop-off in top-tier tight ends than there is quarterbacks. I can find, a quarterback that I like later on a little bit easier than a tight end that I like later on, as much as T.J. Hockenson and this next group of guys. There goes, so Michael Thomas with the 9th pick in the 6th round, way too early. He's going to miss potentially, a month and a half due to injury. That's a lot of time now. There's all this potential trade drama. So no thank you to Michael Thomas. He's becoming a guy that in the 9th, 10th round. So Kyle Pitts goes here off the board. So I think we made the right choice in terms of going T.J. Hockenson before Lamar Jackson, but Jackson is still there. So we're going with him here. Folks, this is 100% now the best draft that I have ever done. I realize it's a mock draft, and I continue to say it. It's only a 10-team league. But in this 10-team league, tell me how this squad is not one of the favorites to be the winning team, the championship team. We've got Lamar Jackson, a tier 1 quarterback. Alvin Kamara, a tier 1 running back. We've got Stephon Diggs, a tier 1 wide receiver, with 2 other top 10 wide receivers, Keenan Allen and Justin Jefferson. Are you kidding me? TJ Hockenson, who I feel great about. I think he's going to have a major breakout season. Dobbins, even though I'm not a big fan of his, getting him in the 5th round, tremendous value. Honestly, I don't give out A's often, really ever, in these mock drafts. I'm going to do it here. This is an A type of roster, not even A-. This is a solid A squad. And what we do from here can only make it better, honestly. We could use some more running back depth, so I'm looking at the guys that are going to be available. I believe Damian Harris is still there. Mike Davis is still there. Are you kidding me here? This is insane. I don't know how this is happening. Looking at the guys that have gone so far, I'm going to try and highlight the names up until this point that I think have gone way too early. Devonta Smith with a 6th pick in the 7th round, too early. Travis Etienne, too early, 10th pick in the 6th round. Michael Thomas, too early. What other names here, in my opinion? Kareem Hunt above Mike Davis. There goes Mike Davis. A little bit too early. Kenny Golladay in PPR, I think a little bit too early. Odell Beckham a little bit too early. Just scrolling through this list. Adam Thielen, considering when Justin Jefferson was still on the board, I don't get that. But yeah, I'm sure there's other names as we go. And now you see Aaron Rodgers, Logan Thomas, Russell Wilson, our run on quarterbacks and tight ends. So I'm really happy, these last 2 rounds, we got our quarterback and tight end. Got that taken care of. Mike Davis no longer on the board, but Damian Harris still is. So I feel good about that. Looking at these wide receivers, We've got still Brendan Cooks. We've got Antonio Brown a little bit later on, I hope, unless I've missed him here. But no, he's right there, 89th overall. So I feel good about that. Here, though, we will go running back first because, again, I think there's a bigger drop-off at the running back position than at wide receiver, where there's just so much more depth. Like I can find probably a wide receiver 2 in the 10th, 11th, 12th round if I was really forced to, much easier than a running back of that caliber. Like you still see Melvin Gordon. I realize, look, I'm the biggest fade when it comes to running back by committees, and it really looks like the Broncos have that. But Javonte Williams should not be ranked above Melvin Gordon to this degree. Like 30 spots ahead of Melvin Gordon, that is insane. Melvin Gordon is going to start the season as the primary running back. I don't understand that. So we're getting Damian Harris here as a backup. I love that pick. I think to some extent he can be comparable to J.K. Dobbins, just obviously not as high of an upside in terms of pass catching. Other running backs here that I do like, you still see Ronald Jones there. You still see Jamal Williams, who I like, especially if that's injury to DeAndre Swift is something serious. Melvin Gordon at his current value, I like that as well. David Johnson, it won't be sexy, but he'll give you like low-end RB2 numbers. I just don't want to go through that with him. Wide receiver, though, I'm probably going to go with the wide receiver selection of Antonio Brown. I think that's tremendous value. So we will do that. In terms of other picks that we've seen here, after that Russell Wilson selection, you see Jerry Jeudy, Laviska, Will Fuller, Dallas Goedert, Damian Harris. Our selection, Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert falling to the end of the 8th round, tremendous value. Then Javonte Williams, then Brendan Cooks. So, yeah, guys, this is shaping up really nicely, and could be on the verge of an A+ type of roster. It really could be. And we've, for what it's worth, I don't think we've had a single defense or kicker drafted yet. I anticipate it's going to happen here in a little bit. So, it's to some extent it's realistic, but again, Justin Jefferson falling to that point in time, it's the least realistic thing I've seen like ever. I don't know how it happened. I still can't understand why people were not drafting him, but it's their problem, not mine. Happily scoop him up at the end of the 4th round. Let's add Antonio Brown, who I'd be all right having as a starting wide receiver on my team, really on any team. I think he's a great value. We're gonna make like 1 or 2 more picks. This thing should speed up here on auto pick, so it should get back to us pretty quickly. But look, I kind of already broke down this roster. Tell me an area that you don't like on this team. Running back, we've got Alvin Kamara manning the ship here. Then J.K. Dobbins. And then if you don't like Dobbins, we've got Damian Harris. At wide receiver, Diggs, Allen, and Justin Jefferson. I'll take that every day. 10 times out of 10. Tight end, Hawkinson. Quarterback, Lamar. Like, it doesn't get... For God's sakes, we've got Justin Jefferson as our flex player here, folks. If this was even a double flex type of league, we'd still be in a great position. We'd have either Brown or Damian Harris as our second flex player. So we're back on the clock. I told you it wouldn't take that long with this situation here. So right now, Melvin Gordon or Ronald Jones. Who am I going to take? I'm going to take Ronald Jones. I've got him a little bit higher because of the offense he plays on. I've got more trust in the Bucs putting up more points, therefore giving more scoring opportunities for Jones rather than the Broncos with Melvin Gordon. And then lastly here, I'm probably going to make 1 more wide receiver pick. I was going to say I'm going to take Marvin Jones, but that's no longer an option. That's all right. I'm going to take Russell Gage. Love me some Russell Gage at this point in time. And with that, we kind of wrap this thing up. I love the squad. 1,000% my favorite team I've put together. I'll just, I'll give it an A grade, but hey, let me know what you guys think. Along with any other questions you guys might have, I'll do my best to answer them all. And again, lastly, make sure to check us out online at alldaypigskin.com. And while you're there, get yourself a copy of the 2021 ADP Fantasy Football Draft Guide. Everything you can want at a great value. Details in the description. But in the meantime, we'll see you guys in future videos.